Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia and welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'll be doing a mini review on Jeff Vandermeer's Annihilation. I just finished reading this book and I think it's completely brilliant. It is so clever, so thought-provoking. I loved every second of it. This book follows the 12th expedition into an area called Area X. The expedition consists of 4 female scientists, an anthropologist, a biologist, a surveyor, and a psychologist, with a mission to go ahead and map Area X, record any observations, and avoid being contaminated while inside. Throughout the book, we do learn that there have been previous expeditions who have not returned, and those who have are reporting weird, mysterious things going on, and ultimately there was an expedition that died of cancer, and while they're back, they're altered in some way, almost in a zombie-like form, in terms of not really communicating, not remembering everything from their past, and being just very stoic and just not themselves anymore. Now, there are a lot of unknowns in this book, and it is very impersonal. We don't get any names of the scientists. We don't really learn anything about their past, and Area X itself is in an unknown, unlocated area of the world. We do know that it's an area, a remote area near a coastline that is continuously expanding and is separated by a border. Within Area X itself, it is a pristine ecosystem, devoid of pollution, devoid of humans, where everything is the environment defies everything that we think we know about biology and ecosystems and science. We do follow the book through the perspective of the biologist, who in their own way is an unreliable narrator and actually hits to one of the many themes that this book is trying to accomplish. That is that science in itself can only be explored to a degree of objectivity, and everything else is subjective. Especially in an area like Area X, there's so much unknown that there is difficulty in exploring anything with objectivity. Now let's talk about some cons and some reasons why I think people might not enjoy this. It's devoid of personalization, in terms of you don't get any of the names of any of the characters, so you won't be able to relate to them or root for them, and a lot of people don't like that. You want to be able to immerse yourself not just in the world, but also get to know the characters and understand why they do certain things. You're not going to have that here, because just referred to as the anthropologist, the biologist, the psychologist, the surveyor, and that is their existence. They are simplified to their occupation and how their occupation plays a role in the expedition itself. Another reason that I think that people might not like this book is that it's very scientific, and it explores a lot of science themes. And when you combine that with characters that are not personable and relatable, it really does not hit a mark for people that love character-driven novels. Now, the reasons why I think it's a fantastic book. It is honestly one of the most unique books that I have read in a very long time. It is uncanny, it is haunting, it is daunting. I can't remember if I said this or not, but you're so engrossed right from the beginning and you want to keep reading because you want to know more. But then at the same time, you have to put the book down because there's just so much to process, so much to take in. It's a very atmospheric book. I would actually recommend you watching the movie before you read the book. One, it's not going to spoil the book because it's completely different, but you get to see visually the atmosphere that this book is trying to create. I think going in knowing a little bit about it would really help in this scenario, just because there's so many unknowns in the book itself. I also love all the themes that this book is trying to explore, like how humans adapt and become part of our environment, and how we either mend or blend into our environment or completely cast it out. And I also loved this concept of mutability and the vulnerability of borders. and how oftentimes things move between borders and we're not always completely aware of what, who, when, or why. I also love that this book explores the limits of knowledge and the limits of our own understanding and the knowledge that we have. So ultimately, you're going to read this book and possibly not understand any of it, and that in itself is one of the main points of the book. So if you're okay with going into it and knowing that you're not going to come out completely satisfied, that you're not going to know everything about this world, and you're not going to understand all the motivations of the characters, then I think you're going to love it. Just go in knowing that in the first place. Yeah, that's all I have for you today, but please let me know down below if you love this book, because I really want to talk to someone about it. It was such a good book, and I can't wait to continue with the rest of the series. Bye!